in the upper left, in the blue. He's playing for Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Dragon Kitesa Gaming. There we go. Actually, no, he's not. Team and V. It's fine. What a bad disaster of an intro. It's Cure. Ugh. Bottom right, actually playing for Dragon Kitesa Gaming, hero. What a disaster of an intro. Some days are better than others. Some days are truly better than others. But by the way, as we get into this series, it's worth pointing out that this series was played after July 11th. And that means that Colossus, or that extended thermal lance, gives you plus 10 range, or plus 3 range, not just plus 2. 10 total range, not 9. Which actually has made, in the games I've seen, has made a fairly significant difference in kind of how we expect things, or how things have been going. So part of what that means is that we are seeing Protoss players go for less, maybe charge lot Phoenix, something like that. It's a lot of Phoenix Colossus. It's a lot of, 2-gate Blink Colossus. But the biggest thing, actually, that I think we've seen, the meta evolution in a response to this, is the fact that we're seeing Phoenix Colossus be the play. Because, well, in part because of the Raven change, right? Where Ravens, Ravens right before Katowice were pretty heavily buffed in their gas cost. They went down 50 gas, which means that for most Terran builds, you can afford tanks and Ravens in just your standard macro game. And what that means, of course, is that your push is going to be that much more powerful. Colossus openings were at Katowice timing not all that great. Certainly if you don't open Phoenix, because then Phoenix can snipe the Raven and it works out a little bit better. So we have started to see more kind of gateway heavy openings in the months following that. But now that Colossus, that extended thermal lance, is so good, well, makes sense to open Phoenix Colossus. That being said, this is hero. And hero is a Twilight guy. If we've ever seen one, he loves his Blink Stalkers. So as much as I can talk about how, Phoenix Colossus is starting to be maybe a little bit more popular, it's looking pretty cool. Nah, not hero, not in this game. And this pylon on the left side, is this going to be Dark Shrine? I mean, that's a weird spot to put a pylon for DTs, but even still, we've seen hero do that before. He's got 200 gas banked on up here, so there we go. Dark Shrine outside of the Terran third, which generally, if it's proxy DTs, you're gonna put the pylon right here. You're gonna put the Dark Shrine right there, and then there's no way the Terran scouts it. But the nice thing about this is you only need one proxy pylon on the map right now. So you drop the Dark Shrine, you drop the gateway as well, and Cure gonna have to scout this out, or at the very least, we're gonna have to see him save some scans to make sure that these DTs don't just absolutely do him in. So for now, Cure just scouts on the map, hasn't really found much of anything. The Reaper looking. Oh, it's gonna find it. Great scout there from Cure. He's gonna get the probe immediately, and second pylon has to get dropped here. Hero does not want to lose this, but I fear that he might. Marines get rallied down, Cyclone here, and there's just not enough timing. There is not enough time. We're gonna see both pylons go down, and there will not be a warp in time. In fact, look at what Cure's doing. He's not even spending the lock-on the first pylon because he knows that's dead. Spend the lock-on on the second one. There will be no defensive warp-ins here. This Dark Shrine may complete, but it's going to get gunned down. It's actually not even going to complete. The pylon gets killed before it's done. Disaster. Absolute unmitigated disaster for hero in this game number 1. And Adepts, they shaded the natural. They're not getting anything. They're going to get a Hellion maybe, but they're not getting anything whatsoever here. Two Adepts die for the cost of that. A Marine, a Reaper, and a Hellion is just nothing. Now what? Was there a... How did this complete? I could have sworn the Dark Shrine was like 99% complete when the pylon died, but I guess it ticked over, so DTs are on the map. And that is something, as the Marine's going to go scout down a little bit, see whether this has been repowered, see whether the Dark Shrine is fully complete. And the answer is yes to both. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, okay. Well, he's not going to be able to deny the pylon. I thought he was going to be able to, but you know, actually, he might anyways. As Reaper onto the other side here, it's going to get more economic damage than hero's gotten with all of his aggression. So, a couple probes go down, but now DT in the main, DT in the natural. Cure? Okay, seems like that Dark Templar is in fact dead, but now in the main base, all the workers had to get pulled off. 7 SCVs go down. And despite everything, I mean, this is actually starting to get some damage for hero here. Despite getting scouted, and despite everything going wrong, and really and truly, many things have gone wrong. This pylon's dead, by the way, once again. The probe's still there somehow, but the Marine is gonna kill a structure by itself. And just again, despite everything, hero gets some solid economic damage, finds himself up 8 workers, but let's also be real. You commit to proxy DTs, you only get 7 workers. You find yourself only up 7 workers. That's the better thing. Against a Terran player who has 2 command centers, who has mules. That doesn't feel good. And now the cyber's down, so no stalkers can get warped in, no adepts can get warped in. It's all about the zealots. There's no charge, you know. It's gonna be blink on the way. Everything is just so bad for hero right now. This pressure that we're gonna get from Cure in 40 seconds, maybe something like that, is just gonna be oh so very powerful. But for now, DT goes in, gets a couple more workers, and that's a start. It's a start, but it does feel like you need more. So for now, oh, the Viking here with the War Prism. It's just gonna gut it down. I guess there's no recall available, and if there was, maybe Hero wants to spend it on something else. But yeah, clearly no recall. War Prism will go down, and just look at the timing. +1, done. Stim, 2/3 of the way. Combat shields, 2/3 of the way here. And Hero's gonna move on the map. This army that he has feels nigh insurmountable, even with the immortals that are out, even with the prospect, the promise of a Colossus here. It just feels so hard. Hero actually seems like he has no... Oh, no, he's going to recall. Okay. I was going to say it feels like he has no intentions of engaging with this. He's going to go for a counterattack, but nope, he did recall his army at the end of the day. Now, Pylon for now takes damage, doesn't fall, but this army from Cure, Stim done, combat shields done, 8-minute timing, getting ready, and for now the Pylon will fall, and there is a Colossus on the map. That's something. But there's the Raven. It has shutdowns for the Colossus and the Immortals as well, stimming onto the high ground here. Now that's a good force field, but Cure didn't commit his Raven nearly as quickly as he otherwise. He didn't commit his Raven really all that much, so we see Raven still full on energy and just double dropping the main base here. A couple Stalkers are not enough to deal with this, not with Stim, +1, combat shields, all of that. And now we will see the shield battery. It goes down, 10, 11 workers fall, and Cure, he could stim on top of the Colossus if he wants to. He could kill the Stalkers if he wants to. He can kill every single probe in this main base if he wants to. That's going to be the answer. 1 medevac falls, but I mean, 53 to 33 here. And now the drop in the third once again. This kind of started it all. This was the pressure. This distracted Hero just enough. Now there's a Ghost Academy on the way. +1 armor just about done. By the way, the Raven, never actually used. It can get repaired again. It can get used again. This Dark Templar, worthless. But Hero seems like he wants to go for some level of a counterattack, and I just don't see it. The tanks aren't sieged fine, but Widow Mines on the high ground here. They're going to get... actually, I think they were all blinked out of, so that's something. Now blinks on cooldown. Great concave for Cure right now, and there's zero chance that Hero fights his way up on the map, especially with no extended thermal lance. The reason Protoss players are going Colossus more and more in this matchup right now, because of that bug. It's not there. We don't have it. Hero has not had and will not have the money for it, so this buys Cure even more time. And to be clear, by the way, this is absolutely a bug. I think it's a good bug. I think it's a bug that should stay in the game. But extended thermal lance adding +1 range is not something that was not a design decision. It was not a balance change. It was something that was added in to the actually it was added in back in May or June and didn't affect anything. It was like weird in the wrong spot, and then all of a sudden it gets turned on July 11th. No one knows why. There was no change log about it, nothing like that. Suddenly it just has +1 range. I don't know why that is. But, I mean, I personally really like the change if it was intentional. And I think they should just say, hey, you know what? This was unintentional, but this is where it's going to be. Because I really do think it shows up a lot of issues that the Protoss are having and allows them to play the early game and play the late early game where Protoss just tend to be dying to Terrans over and over again. It allows them to play that so much more. And I really like that. I think that's actually a really good... It's probably the best change that Protoss could have had, to be honest. But even still, ooh, Stalkers might find the drop here. They're not going to. But we do need to be clear what it is. This is an unintended change. This was not a balance change. This was not something that has been officially announced. It is a bug. Is now triple drop into the main base. Is going to get a couple more workers here. Just targeting the Nexus down and the third one as well. Hero is going to lose 2 Nexi for the, well, just instantaneously here. And it's going to be a 1. Well, actually, he's not targeting the Nexus on the left side. It's on the right side. I guess that's something. Good splits there on the Disruptors. And Widowmine going to burrow up. Maybe get a shot off. Yeah, I guess the Disruptor. Beautiful. 29 workers dead. Colossus dead. Eventually, Vikings going to get the War Prism. Hero falls. But that's been a long time coming. Really, it was the build. Hero's build did not work. It got scouted out. That's kind of what happens. Cure takes game 1. In the upper left, in the blue. He's up a game. It really, just from the scout, more than anything else, it's Cure. And the bottom right, in the red, down a game. His proxy did not work at all. It's Hero. And of course, if you like this, if you want more stuff like this, if you want to get a StarCraft VOD every single day of the week, high impact games, awesome games, you should drop a sub right down below. And hey, drop a like on this video while you're there, because this is a pretty fun series. I hope you're enjoying it. And, you know, let me know. How do you feel actually about that Colossus change? I think it's unintended, but I think it's good. I think it needs to be communicated properly, and that's a bit of an issue. But I think just from the kind of the raw game state, what we expect to see and like how it impacts the game, I think it actually is a really solid change. And, you know, realistically, some of the best things in StarCraft and StarCraft II that we've had, some of the best features or bugs, whatever you want to call it, like some of the things that we love about the game have been bugs, have been unintended changes that all of a sudden they're like, wow, this actually works out really well. You know, going back to Brood War, Muta Micro. Putting an Overlord in your Muta command group means the Mutas clump better. That's cool. That's new. That was unintended, and very easily they could have gone and fixed it and changed it, but they left it in part because, you know, it was a different time. But some of like the core things that just, some of the key components, like some of the core mechanics that we think of in StarCraft, you know, even StarCraft II, keyboard repeat rate changes, the ability to bile things down. Some might argue that that's not a great thing, but even still, you know. And TLO, hey man, thank you so much for the raid there. Hope you had a great stream from the Shopify headquarters. Hey everyone, this is GSL Group B that was played on Thursday, but will be but is of course we're covering that today. And thank you TLO. Have a great rest of your day. Let's see what happens here. Reminder, game 1, we saw Hero. He proxied a Dark Shrine. He proxied a Gateway. He wanted to go for quick DT play, and it just didn't work at all, as now one Reaper's going to go down. Actually, no, it's not. Micro here from Cure should be really good, but a Reaper falls anyways. Is he going to get the second one? He does. Cure thought he had that. Cure thought he had a really nice play there to just play around on the edge of Adept range and not lose anything and get the Adept, but no, he actually loses 2 Reapers now. Instead of having pretty significant damage opportunity with the Hellion, with the Reapers. Instead, it's just a Reaper and it's just a Hellion in the main, and this is gonna try to kite around, but it takes 3 shots, so we shouldn't see that many probes go down. And by the way, the second Adept on the other side delaying the command center for quite a while here, so point 1 goes to hero a little bit, even as Kira's gonna get the scout off and realize that this is in fact a Twilight opener, and 1 probe dies at the end of the day. But anyway. So yeah, this game is going much better than, of course, that disastrous play where hero proxied a Dark Shrine, scouted it at the last minute, barely, the Twilight, or the Dark Shrine barely finishes, but, I mean, Kira was just well aware. He handled it, he countered, it was just not nearly enough. And now we got this drop onto the other side here. 1 Phoenix on the other side of the map, but Cyclone, a bunch of Marines, they're going to just drop outside of the natural here, and that's going to be a dead Cybercore. Actually, well, hold that thought, because we do have 3 Adepts and a couple Phoenix. So, no, the Cybercore is going to stay alive. Lift there on the Cyclone. Marines try to target this Phoenix down, but, oh, that's cheeky. You just pick everything up, just sit there in the air, because nothing shoots up, but nothing shoots down. Even still, though, the Phoenix should deal with this one, as the medevac will eventually fall. We're going to get 1 Phoenix knocked down, though. Good lock-ons there, and the Adepts, they're going to fall here as well. Hero overstays his welcome. Here gets the bait. It baits them all the way out. And now, I mean, Kier just really wants this Cybercore. He got it game 1. I mean, tremendous effect. And now game 2 seems like he's going to get it again with the Marines, with the Cyclones, with the Viking. There are just not enough Phoenix to counter this, and there are not enough Phoenix on the way. There are only 3 on the map. Immortal getting added in. I mean, on the one hand, I like that, right? You do need to go, and you do need to have some ground pressure to deal with this timing, this pressure that Kira's hitting with. And I'm surprised he didn't kill those Marines. It looked like he wanted to. But anyway, an Immortal is out on the low ground. The shield battery is dead. Yeah, a great lock on there. And there's just not a lot of army for Hero right now. Not on the map. He's got an Immortal, 3 Zealots that don't have charge. He's got a Stalker. There's no Twilight. Phoenix dives in, dies immediately here. This is looking very dangerous coming in from Kira right now. We're going to see the pylon get targeted down. Probes have to get pulled. And now the Phoenix, they lift everything. Even still, Marines are fighting as well as they can. The Phoenix are falling. And yeah, you know what? These Marines are dying eventually. The Cyclones have to kite away. 1 Phoenix, well, actually, Viking dies. And 2 Cyclones, all that survive. But it's 12 dead probes. And actually, well, second Cyclone falls, and then that's less optimal here, but the Immortal takes pretty heavy damage. At this point, though, it feels like Hero's held. It feels like Hero has got himself into a position where he's got his main, he's got his natural, right? He would like to have the 3rd, doesn't have that. He's down 9 workers, also really bad, but he killed most of the aggressive force. He killed, the Marines, he killed the Cyclones, he killed the Vikings, and while he is behind, it's hard to say anything other than that. At the very least, he's bought himself back into this game in some way. At the very least, he's bought himself a little bit of time. So first Colossus just about out, adding more Phoenix in here as well. And we do have an observer. It's actually, where is this observer? Oh, in the main base. So this Banshee shouldn't get that much done, but the other way to look at this is it's going to get 3 workers. It's going to get 4. Oh, last second shot from the grave there. It gets 4, and Hero's down 12 workers. Hero's 3rd base is timed out pretty much the same as, actually, Hero's 3rd base is going to be slower than Cure's, and there's the 2nd Banshee on the way. So for everything I'm saying about how Hero, has bought himself back into the game in some way, it's just rough. It is really and truly rather hard for Hero to find what he wants in this point. But if he can stabilize, get onto 3 Colossus, get the Phoenix that you need, you can find your way back in some way. As a 2nd Banshee arrives, and, well, there's an observer there. So 2nd Banshee gets 1 probe. Doesn't really get nearly as much, but it does go, and, get scout on the 3rd base. That's a dead Phoenix. Ah, man. You need the Phoenix count. Against what Kira is doing with the tanks and the Cyclones and everything else, you really do need the Phoenix there just to provide that defensive acumen, to provide the lifts. And you know what? Losing Phoenix for the hold, okay, totally fine. That makes a lot of sense. You need to survive. But losing Phoenix randomly in the middle of the map just does not spark joy here, as hero now runs across the map again. No extended thermal lance. He's trying to hit right now before the Terran's ready, before all these upgrades are done. But I do not believe in this. Not at all. The tanks are sieged. There's a missile turret on the way. And this posturing from hero just doesn't find what it needs. It is not good enough. So Cure, he's got his third base now. 1-1, 2/3 of the way done. 3/4 of the way done here. Stim 15 seconds out as the Cyclone. What'd they kill? Oh, they got the Observer. Very nice. Oh, this is nice though, coming in from hero, mate. Never mind. He's not gonna find the drop. I mean, he found it, but not really. So a drop on the left-hand side here. 2 medevacs worth, just full of bio. And then, okay, Cyclones will fall, but Cure just finds his way into a mineral line, and he's going to get 5 workers. Doesn't get the shield battery, which would have been extra nice, but even still, tries to run away, gets scouting on the 4th base here, and that actually should just get canceled. Yeah, there's no saving that one whatsoever. Now, of course, it's hard for Cure to run away. You know, with the Phoenix in the sky, you are a victim to lifts, and you know, the medevacs fall, but Cure's already found his way so far back as he continues to just spam his stim that, well, he's going to find the Aegis of his own army. And most of this army gets out, so it's a 4th base cancel. It's 5 more dead probes, 6 more dead probes. Cure's just running away with this game number 2, kind of in the same way he did in game number 1. It was early pressure, or in the case of game 1, it was hero, you know, damaging himself by not getting what he wanted, by that Dark Shrine really not finding the value he's been looking for. And now, I mean, game 2, I'm not going to say he got hard countered, a soft counter, right? You go for that Marine Viking Cyclone push against a Stargate opener, and it's that is very hard for the Protoss player to defend against, especially if they don't cut Phoenix rather quickly and get Immortals, which, by the way, hero did, but his shield battery was way too exposed, so he really didn't have that to fight with, and probes had to get pulled a little bit more than they would like. But at this point, at the very least, hero's on 3 Colossus. He's got disruptors added, and he's got 7 Phoenix. He's got this really nice composition as he doesn't kill the ghost. That's a very easy lift kill, but he just doesn't go for it. And now, arm in the left side from Cure gets a base. And there's no saving this. And on the right side, Cure, he's going to lift up, go into the main base here. Phoenix find this, though. That's pretty nice. This is a dead 4th again, and this time it's not a cancel. It's a kill. The Nexus was dead. Or the Nexus was done. Widowmine got a solid shot off here, as now hero tries to chase this down, but he's down 2 upgrades for another 8 seconds here. Extended Thermal Lance isn't done. Colossus takes half its health. It takes all the shields on the Widowmines. And now the army tries to stim into the natural here. I mean, there's not a lot to defend this. We're going to see Phoenix try, but there we go. That's a dead Robo. So no Warp Prism. I think that's what was going to be the attempted play. Now that's a decent recall. And the Disruptor's actually doing a pretty nice job there, knocking things down. But there's no defensive play here, and this is going to be another dead Nexus. This is the 3rd, 4th Nexus. Yeah, this is like the 4th Nexus that Cure has killed in this best of 3 in these 2 games. And now Widowmine on top of 1 Phoenix is not going to get all that much. And Cure, you know, he will lose this army. But it's a dead 3rd. It's a dead 4th. Hero is a 2-base Protoss. There are tanks, there are ghosts, there's a ton of army here on the other side for Cure, and he's up an upgrade. He's got a 4th base on the way. Hero has to win the game right now, and I am not convinced that hero has the, well, I'm not convinced he has the tech. I'm not convinced he has the army to win the game right now. He's down an upgrade. I mean, he's got these Phoenix that are nice, sure, but there are missile turrets everywhere. There are ghosts that make the Phoenix not as effective as they might otherwise be. EMPs, you know, they make the Zealots harder to play as well. And Vikings are getting added right now. It's only 2, but that's going to change pretty quickly. And you have to end the game right now as hero. A long drawn-out fight. Not enough. Widowmines are beautiful there. And now Disruptor shot. They're going to try to find as much as they can, but this is just a dead army. It's not going to matter here. Widowmines, EMPs, everything else, far too much. Hero loses everything on this just necessary all-in. And, I mean, Phoenix in the sky. There are 7 Phoenix on the map. That's something, but I mean, that is it. And now missile turrets get more. Bio kills more here. You need more than Phoenix in the sky to win this game, and Here's got 2 too. Heroes +1 attack. Wouldn't mind just running into the mineral line, because why not? After all, why shouldn't I kill the economy? And this that run by is just going to get nothing done. Yeah, it's an anticlimactic GG, but Hero was dead. And Cure moves on to the winner's match. Ooh, well done, Cure. Well played here.